Good morning, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here this winter morning in Ashok Hotel to be with you. And I'm privileged because Mr. Puneet Singh of GEEF has given me the task of welcoming you. So on behalf of GEEF, let me extend a very hearty welcome to all of you. Today we have met here for the 2026 Global Clean Energy Summit. And the topic of discussion is clean energy to clean growth. We will discuss about our journey towards the energy transition and towards clean energy. Before we listen to the distinguished speakers who are experts in their specific fields, let me recapitulate the energy situation in the country. You know, India is one of the major economies with high economic growth. And it is destined, as we have seen, that in the coming decades, India will remain in that league. And as economic expansion requires energy, therefore, we will be requiring more and more energy to reach in a very high income status by 2047. In 2025, India has consumed 45 exajoule of energy, which, if we see from the global perspective, was near about 7% of the total global energy consumption in 2025. But as we are moving up in the development ladder, in the business as usual scenario, it is projected that by 2050, our energy consumption would be around 90 exajoule. It would be rather more than double than what was consumed in 2025. And if we compare that 90 exajoule in 2050, as per the projections which have been made, it would be 10% of the global energy consumption that time. So, our rate of growth in energy consumption is more than many other countries. And what we have done in the clean energy sector, if we remember that we started our journey in this sector long back in 1980s, and with the clear objective of inclusive development that can provide affordable energy to everyone. By 2025, we have achieved many things. We have worked hard. We have taken up many programs. We have implemented many public policies. We had set up goals and ambitious goals in the energy sector. And what we have achieved in 2025, let us see that. By the end of 2025, the total installed power generating capacity in this country was 517 gigawatt. And the non-fossil based power plants were 266 gigawatt, 52% of the total installed capacity. I'm not taking into account the final details of the plant load factor. I'm just taking the nominal power generating capacity. And when I'm talking about non-fossil based power plants, it includes renewables, large hydro, and also nuclear. Though the nuclear contribution is not very much, it is around 9 gigawatt. And when you consider our NDC, nationally determined contribution, we placed that by 2030, 50% of the installed capacity in India would come from non-fossil fuel-based power plants. We have achieved it quite early in 2025. And we have a target of achieving 500 gigawatt non-fossil based power plant by 2030. By 2040, we have set a goal that 50% of the electricity will come from green sources. Today it is around 25% this year. But very interestingly, one thing has happened on 29th July 2025. The total renewable energy contribution on that particular day was 51.5%. Yes, it's only for one day, which has certainly been because of many of the favorable factors. But what you say, the bell has started ringing. But whatever may be the achievement, we must agree that we are using coal. 70% of our electricity today comes from coal. And I feel it's a very pragmatic decision to keep coal as the base load power, because the renewable power which we get mainly from sun and wind, and as their installing capacity has been increasing, last year it was 48 gigawatt, a record increase in renewable installation. But we know sun does not shine all the time. Wind doesn't flow as we want. So these are indefinite, stochastic energy sources. But our turbines need to move. And so coal is required, and coal power plants provide that security for the base load. And I think we should not be ashamed. In this competitive world, resource competitive world, we are the fourth largest coal reserve in this country. We must utilize that. And so, today, the annual coal production, which is around 100 billion tons, 1 billion tons, it is going to be 120 by 2030. That plan has been approved. That means we will be mining more and more coal, as we have a lot of coal in this country. But at the same time, knowing fully well the problems associated with coal-fired power plants, which are hindrance to clean energy scenario. What we are doing, we are getting rid of the old inefficient power plants. More than 200 such plants have been retired. We are using supercritical and ultracritical technologies for new coal-fired power plants, which are very efficient in its conversion, and therefore concomitantly it would emit less carbon dioxide. And we have taken a very ambitious program for coal gasification. We have already a very good gas network in this country, completed around 100% connectivity by 2025. And we are using the imported natural gas in this pipeline. So it can be provided by the coal gas or hydrogen, which we have already taken up, can also be injected to certain percentage. Then probably we would be able to bring new and acceptable energy sources in the gas pipelines. We need a baseload power, and therefore another very ambitious program has been taken that is in the nuclear field. The civil nuclear thing, a target has been set up for 100 gigawatt nuclear plants by 2047. Today it is around 9 gigawatt. The other section which we have working on, that is in order to bridge the gap between availability of nuclear power and our demand. Storage issue is being looked into very carefully. In 2025, we have 500 megawatt hour of storage which has been implemented. And by 2026, this year, it is projected to increase 10 times. Now, these are the various technologies which are coming up. These need to be cost effective. These need to be reliable. But we are all aware of the triumph of science and technology, which has given us many wonderful things. We are all enjoying it. And we believe that newer circular technologies, the intervention of the digital innovations would give us the required ammunition for fighting the evils of energy and carbon emissions. I'm optimistic about science and technology. I'm not a pessimist. But at the same time, let me say that though science and technology and other achievements, innovations have helped us, I don't believe, don't take me as a pessimist, that we, the common people, and their children and their children and their children will have any other place to go, to Mars or to Moon. We'll have to stay in this earth. And so we need to keep it clean. And all of us today may contribute a little bit by discussing these issues in a threadbare way so that this can be implemented in our country. And what we do in India has a major impact in the global carbon neutrality. Because as I have told in the beginning, that today, though we are sharing only 7% of the total energy consumed annually in the globe, by 2050, it would be more than 10%. So our contribution will certainly make a mark. And I remember one of the songs of Tagore, though not in this context, but he had written, Amar ekhor dhute hobe, muchte hobe aji. With dedication, I will have to wash and wipe my room to keep it clean. And that anyway we'll have to do for our survival, for the survival of our next generations. And we look forward of the deliberations of the distinguished experts who are present here. And I have seen the program. Experts with real good expertise in their field would address us, and let us look forward for that. I'm thankful to all of you for being here today for this important discussion. And once again, I extend my hearty welcome to all of you. Thank you.